Welcome friends in this new video on MongoDB CRUD operations. This is part 3 of reading or querying the data. So in this video we are going to talk about what are logical operators and how to apply those in MongoDB queries. And also we'll see, because this is a no relational databases, MongoDB is JSON based. In some of the rows data can exist, some of the rows a field may not exist. There will be definitely some null values, or there will be some field present in some of the rows, right? How to find out which rows having which fields and how to query those specific rows, that is what we are going to see in this particular video. You will also see how to apply sort, skip and limit in MongoDB queries, because what I feel is that sort, skip and limit are the key ingredients of a query. Suppose there are millions of rows in our database and we want to fetch some data out of that, right? Or we want to limit the data, we want only 10 records out of that. How will we do that? Or we want to fetch 10 records from some portion of that, starting 1000 and then up to 1010th record, right? How will we implement that query? So that is what we are going to see in this video. So let us start. So logical operators basically which help us to decide whether we have to specify group of conditions, right? Whether all those conditions have to be true or any one of those conditions is fine to be true when we are going to query that database or collection, right? So what are the results we are expecting? Either or we want all the conditions to be met, right? So these are nothing but and, or, not and nor operators. For example, if I want to find a student whose name is Neeraj and the age is less than 20, right? So this is how I can query. So this syntax might be familiar to you, right? db dot students, which is a collection, right? Then dot find function and JSON document starts, and then in the beginning we specify whether we want to have AND condition, right? In this case it is AND, that I want to find a student whose name is Neeraj and age is also less than 20. Then an array which will specify multiple conditions, right? Again a JSON document which specifies which field we want to query against. In this case it is name, which is equivalent to Neeraj as per our use case. Then comma, second element of this array. When I say element, this is another JSON document. Again the age, which is another field in our collection, right? What is the value which we are expecting? If you recall from previous video where we saw relational operators, right? So here we are going to use relational operator. So age is less than or equal to 20. Then closure of this JSON document followed by closure of this other JSON document, followed by closure of this array and followed by closure of this main JSON document, and finally the closure of our main function, right? So this is how you can specify. I'm going to show you a demo in a while, right? So now there is an exercise for you. You can try the same thing by specifying not and nor operator, right? Now let us have a look at or operator as well. Now I want to see the students, right, where the name is equal to Neeraj, or all the students where age is less than or equal to 20. So in this case our results will match either the name or these. So we will see some of the records whose name are matching with Neeraj, or some of the students whose age is lesser than or equal to 20, or students where both the conditions are matching. So there is no hard constraint that when we are using or that both the conditions cannot be true. So this can be true, right? Now you have to, as an exercise, you have to find out all the students who have student ID greater than 10 and have status as active. So I've changed the requirement a little bit here, right? So students ID, if you remember from my previous videos, we have entered some data, right, while created some data into MongoDB. Let me switch to demo now. So if I show you, this is how our data looks like. We have our school database, we have two collections. This is how data looks like. Right now we have 2 records in students collection and we have 4 records in our classes collection. So let us try to find out how we can implement our query. Let me copy this. So I've copied this command here. So as I mentioned earlier, right, let me press enter and I can see one student. If you look at this data, right, so I can see this result. Now let me change this to greater than equal to 20. So we have not found any record, right? So this is how we can use AND operator. I have pasted another query. So now you can see that same query with OR, right, less than equal to 20, it has shown me 2 records, right? So now let me try to run this with greater than again as we did in AND query. Now you can see that AND query did not return any result while OR condition is giving us result, because here name is matching, age is not matching but name is matching, right? So I hope you have got an idea about logical operators. In case of any questions around this, please feel free to ask in the comment section of this video. I would be glad to answer as soon as possible. So let us move further. So let us look at some of the useful functions related to querying null values or exists, right? As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, that how will we find, because this is a NoSQL database, how will we find that some of the fields or some of the rows where some field exists? For example, I want to find out a student where name is equal to Neeraj and they have provided mobile fields also, that is the value of mobile field, right? For some of the students they may not have mobile, but for some of the students they may have mobile. So this is just for a demonstration purpose, right? So how can we query where this field or any field for that matter exists in that collection? So this can be combined with logical operators as well. We can check the existence of 2 fields using $and operator. So I will show you demo in a while, right? So basically if you look at exists, this is to check a field is present in a specific row or not, right? So again, students is a collection, name Neeraj and mobile exists or not. Same way we can check for some students email exists or not, right? So we can check for null values using null operator, right? So if you look at this, we want to see that where email value is not provided or specifically equal to null, right? So this is how you can query this. And by the way, here I have introduced another function called count, which can be used to count the number of records in a collection based upon the condition, or without this condition also it will work. As a couple of exercises for you, create couple of students without email entered for them and try to run this query. Second exercise which is there for you is find out the count of such students who have not provided their emails. So let me show you a demo. And so here I'm trying to find out a student whose name is Neeraj and mobile field exists true. So you might have a question right, that here I have not provided either AND operator or OR operator. Still, I am specifying multiple conditions. So your question or doubt is valid. So we can provide multiple conditions like this way, right? Name Neeraj or key value pairs. So by default, this will assume that this is a AND condition, that all these conditions have to be satisfied in order to find the matching record. So let us see. So in this case, our user, we have found a user that has Neeraj as a name, and let us see mobile exists there, right? So let us say I specify false here and I don't see any results because the student with the name Neeraj has mobile field present in their record, right? And let me try to just remove this name Neeraj and just try to specify a condition. So you can see that I have found two records here, right? Because both these students are having mobile present in their records. So here I want to find out a student again with name Neeraj. Now we are going to demonstrate the null operator. So now you can see that it has returned 0 records. Let us just cross verify it. There is 0 record basically. You can see that email has some values, right? In both the cases it has value, but this is how we can query for a null field. Let us move further. So now we are going to see how to apply sort, skip and limit, right? So these are very important functions in any database. These functions have equal importance here also in MongoDB. They serve the same purpose, right? To provide pagination in our web pages. If we want to limit our results to 50, 100 or X number of records, right, that can be done using this function. If we want to sort, order our records or results based upon some criteria, that can also be given. So first let us see the sort, right? Sort does not have any dependency on skip or limit. So if I want to sort all the students which are going to be there in my result, I can specify the field name followed by 1 means ascending order. If I apply 0 here, then it means these results will be returned in the descending order. The next function is limit function. So in order to use limit, it is not mandatory that I have to use sort function, right? So limit function can be used without sort function. Please note that, right? So this is just an extension of the above example. So here by just specifying dot limit, and here we can specify the number of rows which we want our query to return. So in this case there will be 2 records returned as an output of this query, or it can be lesser also if we specify some condition or based upon the number of records present in our students collection. If I want to specify skip function, then I have to use this skip function. So let us say I have millions of rows, right? So I want to fetch the rows matching my condition or as is without condition, right? So starting from 50,000th record to 50,050th record, right? Then I will have to use skip and limit both. Limit will be 50 in this case, like 50,000 50th record to 50,000 record, these are 50 records, and skip which basically will start from 50,000. So you can assume that skip is kind of offset, right, where we want to start that record set start from in the results which are being returned by this query. Now as an exercise, what I want you to do is, what would be the output? Will it be error or no error, right? And the results in case of no error, right? You will have to tell me, if there is no error, then what will be the result? If the sequence of skip, order and limit is changed, right? Let us say I change skip, sort and limit change, then will this query run or not? Or this has to be run in the same sequence? Or you can also try different combinations, like you can try sort function with some key conditions, right? So these kind of things you can try as an exercise for this. So with this, let us switch to our demo and let us see apply. So now you can see that I have applied sorting on name, right? And the first record which is returned is Girish and second record which is returned is Neeraj. So this is sorted in alphabetic order. Oh, let us apply limit as 1. So you can see that only one record has been returned. If I apply limit as 0, so it means there is no limit, so it will return all the records in that collection. Another command which is usage of limit and skip. Now you can see that earlier when we sorted and applied limit, it was showing first Girish and then Neeraj. Now it has skipped that first record and it has tried to return 2 records, but because there are only 2 records in total, right? So skipping first record means only it has 1 record to return. If there are 3 records, then definitely it would have returned 2 records. Let us move to slides now. These are upcoming topics: how to query documents with arrays or nested web documents, or arrays and nested documents inside a collection, update operations on MongoDB documents, delete MongoDB documents, right, and indexes in MongoDB. So I will try to come up with some of these videos or one of these videos by next week. So thank you so much for watching my videos and liking these videos. So I hope this video also you would like and share with others. So in the end, thank you so much for watching my videos so far. Please subscribe to my channel and you can catch me on any of these channels. I am available on Twitter, Gmail, Facebook, LinkedIn also. You can ping me your queries on MongoDB or related to big data, AI, ML on any of these channels, and I would try to revert as soon as possible. Thank you.